So we're playing NASCAR Thunder 2004, and for those of you who saw the last video, you guys know we've already crossed one of our rivals off of our list. That is the Christian Fittipaldi imposter. All right, so we've gotten rid of Christian Fittipaldi as our rival. Now we still need to take care of Hermie Sadler, Robbie Gordon, and I don't know. Do I really care about Stanton Barrett? Not exactly. I do care about Joe Nemechek though, so Joe Nemechek's on my list. So we still got a few drivers that we need to take care of and exact our revenge on. However, in yesterday's video, we wound up competing at Michigan. We didn't finish the greatest, but we finished decently. We qualified well. We proved that the car can actually run up there near the front, at least in qualifying trim. Race pace has got to improve just a little bit, and we're no longer as broke as we were, you know, coming into today, which is the Dodge Safe Mark 350, which means we'll be making lefts and we'll be making rights voluntarily and involuntarily at this very tricky road course. I love and hate road courses in NASCAR Thunder 04. I haven't really played any of the newer games, but the last time I think I did a road course was the 24 Hours of Daytona on iRacing. And back then I strained my shoulder. I streamed it live on my Twitch channel a couple years back, but I strained my shoulder and couldn't really use my arm all that well for about 2 months afterwards. That's what happens when you run with two drivers and you try to take on a 12-hour driving shift without really any true help. But that's all in the past. And so is this race. This race will be in the past. I would have gone through a bunch of other things that we needed to do, but we did all that. We covered all that in Michigan, not once, but twice. I apologize. We covered that twice in Michigan. We covered how long we have until things are overhauled, things are improved upon, and when things are going to get built. Us having 284,000 doesn't really set me for anything I need right now in regards to improving our shop. So that's why you're not worried. We're not seeing that. Instead, I'm going to go down the paint scheme real quick, and I'm going to give us a brand new primary color because I feel like it's about that time. Yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of red, so I think we'll run with a little bit of red right now. So now that we got that on there, I've been meaning to get rid of the bluish car for a while so that you guys know that I actually am uploading legitimate videos as time goes on. So you guys aren't like, huh, is this another copy of a video or something? No. And that also changes up the thumbnail in the future, but y'all didn't really need to know all that. I just told you that just because I can. Looking back at the standings, once again, the top four are separated by 62 points. Technically, Ryan Newman does have a chance at 113 back, but he'll really need something to happen. Ricky Rudd is mathematically unable to take the points lead in the event of a good finish, and somehow the top five ahead of him falls back, because back then it was 185 points lead the most laps, plus the last place person got 34 and not 1 point. So mathematically he can't take the lead, but mathematically Ryan Newman could if he were to win and everybody ahead of him fails. The fun part is, or the fun problem is Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon are good at road courses, and Mark Martin is decent in this game, so expect him to kind of be up there. And for those that forget, we're 19th in the standings. We're quite a few back from Michael Waltrip, Ward Burton, and Matt Kenseth, as well as Bill Elliott. Yeah, we're like, well, we're less than 100. Okay, a little more than 100. Or more than 100 back. But who's really counting? Nobody. Anyways, I'm done wasting your time. Let's go to the racetrack. Let's go to Infineon. So let's go ahead and build our car. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring the best chassis. I was debating that in the back of my mind as I booted up the game today. I was like, do I take on the best chassis? No. So we'll take chassis 3. Engine is still gonna be engine number 1. That's the only one we got. And then in terms of body, since we're going to Daytona next, and I'm not entirely sure exactly where the overhaul will put us for body 1 right now, I am going to take body 2 or body 3 because the drafting on body 3 is worse than body 2, and I would rather at least have a chance at drafting while we're waiting on the new body to be built. So we have a 56 overall rated car. let's go ahead and head to California into the, what is it? The wine country. I'll see you guys there. All right, so I got a lot of faith in the car right now. I do feel like the car can qualify pretty well. I did a little practice, and as long as I can keep the car on the track, we should be good. I also adjusted the setup just a little bit to allow us to turn far better than normal.
Remind me not to ride anywhere with you.
So I had a few scrapes into the wall in the upper part of the track. So up on the hill, yeah, horrible sector, but still might be decent enough for us on qualifying. We're gonna get around the very tight righty.
Looking good. Stay on pace.
But this sector right here, this section is crucial. As you can see, I got into the wall right there. So getting down a gear, get as far over as possible. Now the car can't survive with us sliding the tires as much as we're doing, but we're gonna try our best. Get up through the gears, back down. I had to double clutch the brake there, so I overbroke, try and keep the car under control. Through here, I'm gonna have to tighten the car just a tad to help that rotation. And then bring it back down, get down to first gear, try to keep it around 45 miles an hour, get back up through the gears, grab as many as possible, and cross the line, and that is a new track record. 1:11. Because the record wasn't set before.
NASCAR Winston Cup racing in the Sonoma Valley today. EA Sports is live with flag-to-flag coverage of today's Dodge Save Mart 350 from the Infineon Raceway. This course should present quite a challenge to these drivers, wouldn't you agree?
Well, these guys only run on road courses twice a year, which means they don't spend much time tuning for them. There's a good chance we'll see a new face in victory lane at the end of this one.
The 53 car has got to be happy about qualifying so well this week.
Maybe they can use this to turn around the bad luck.
Finally!
After they see how much easier the whole race is when everyone's chasing you, I'm sure that they'll work even harder next week to start up front.
The Cheerios Dodge really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the.
Did they really go talk to my former rival?
To be on the bottom of that points list. He'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. It's not an easy task to dig yourself out of a hole in this series.
An unusual back-of-the-pack start for Terry Labonte.
I spoke to the crew chief this morning, and he told me they just missed the setup in qualifying. But he expects his driver to make his way up through the field and get a good finish without much problem.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
You know, we got to hear them say that we're starting on pole, so stand by.
Here's the starting lineup. In the front row are the 53 car and the DuPont Chevrolet.
I will never get over that.
Side by side, 2x2, green flag wave, and we are underway. Side by side racing, beating and banging as they head their way down to turn number one.
Ah,
On your left, buddy. The 24 car is right behind you.
I'd like to see him stay back.
thanks, Jeff Gordon.
Rewind. Hold that line.
All right,
24 is
I want payback. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do that. Let me give those positions back. The old me was about to take over. I was about to have those dangerous thoughts where I was about to just chuck my car into Jeff Gordon. I thought better of it. One lap completed. We do have a car that can actually win this race. Just had bad luck with Jeff Gordon, and then of course I did cut a corner. I decided to give back the positions that I illegally gained. There is no system for that here in NASCAR Thunder 04, but it just felt wrong. I was about to be a villain and just smash my car into Jeff Gordon to let him know I did not appreciate what he did in turn 2, but we've got a car that can win. No point in putting it in danger unnecessarily. So we dropped back to like 11th. Now we're 7th. And looks like we're catching all of our time in the right-hand corner and up the hill in that little pink chicane that I gained all my time at. I saw some of the cars dart down pit road, so it looks like they're trying their best already. A nice little switchback move on Bill Elliott there.
Made some contact. We're okay. 73, 61.
Also a little bit of pushing him into the wall because I got randomly tight. Sorry, Bill. We're from Georgia together, but I done messed you up there a little. So we finally caught up to Rusty. We touched the wall a little.
You're not making any friends out there. That's not a good way to make friends out there.
Got a car on your left.
Excuse me, Rusty. You're in the way.
We're in the groove. Okay, we're clear. Watch it. There's a car on your left. Number 2 is coming right. Clear on both sides.
The dive of a century on Jimmie. It didn't work, but the switchback worked. Rusty was in the way. Nobody told him to try to park himself in the middle of the corner. In order to complete the pass, I actually didn't need to slow down. Going through the grass actually slowed me down anyway, so I was able to complete the pass legally on the black, so that's the reason why I didn't give the spot back with Rusty Wallace.
Contact with the 24 cars. Okay, we're clear.
We're bringing down pit road. We're not going to repair the damage. We're going to bring it down now. Get 4 tires on it, get some fuel in it, and hopefully the rest will follow down a few more laps from now. And the car doesn't look that bad. We're fine. I don't like how the rear deck lid pops open like it's just a, vehicle just got pancaked in the rear, but we'll be fine. Coming down pit road, I'm fine with the car. The car feels good. That's why I didn't make any other adjustments, just 4 tires and fuel. And hopefully we can get out in time ahead of maybe Kevin Harvick, who I believe already came down pit road. So that's the plan.
It looks like it's going to be fairly routine so far. 4 tires going on the machine.
Oh, come on.
1 can of gas. Looks like only a half a can on the second. 4 tires and 1.5 cans of fuel.
As he heads off pit road, he's got to be disappointed that the pit crew made a mistake on that stop.
There's traffic. Take it easy. There's a guy on your right.
So we came out, looks like we're P34 right now. We're right maybe in the middle of everybody that come down pit road already.
Car to your left.
The dive bomb on Junior.
Nice job.
Get back to the power. There we go. Complete the pass. Another inside move on the 60 car, who we got to get payback on soon anyway.
Got a car on your left, buddy.
And I think there's Kevin Harvick ahead.
All clear, buddy.
Yeah, there's Harvick. I see him. We got eyes. We've got to try to catch Kevin Harvick. He is now the leader. Oh yeah, huge sector right there. Come on.
Nothing damaged. Keep digging, buddy. Watch it.
As Kevin Harvick once said, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. We're in the lead. I think we've got it. White flag's out.
That's the lap time I'm looking for. Keep it up, buddy.
This is the final lap. 1 to go. The white flag is out. The track is a sellout, but nobody's sitting in their seats. All the fans are standing, and this one's about to end. White flag is out. This is the final run to the finish.
No pressure from behind. No pressure. Coming in on lap 2 for Harvick didn't really help him, did it? Helped him get 5 bonus, but that's about it.
Gotta keep the tires in good shape to be fast, buddy.
Car got loose, got real tail happy, so I did a drift there. But we're coming down.
The big question is, does anybody have anything for us? Here they come to the strike. The fans are on their feet. Who will win?
No pressure. No pressure. No need for me to push. We're good. We're good. We've got it. We've got it. That's a win. That's a win. We got it. In Infineon when we tried to turn left and turn right. Oh my goodness. It feels so good having the win and knowing that we got it on our own merits. It was a little sketchy there at the start because of, you know, this guy right here. If it wasn't for this guy right here, we might not have actually decided to stay on our strategy. So thank you, Jeff, for being a complete and total tool. Thank you, Kevin Harvick, for pitting extraordinarily too early. And, you know, I could say something bad about my crew, but if it wasn't for them making that mistake, I probably would have had the passion to want to go chase after the 29. So shout out to the crew for what they've done as well. I think this is a well-deserved win. This is a well-deserved win for the team. Oh yeah. And just a little bit more disrespect, shall we? All up in the Cheerios box because they'll never experience the taste of victory, at least while I'm here.
There weren't very many lead changes.
Yeah, I guarantee there's at least 35 or 40 other drivers who wish they'd seen the lead.
The 53 car had a run-in during the race with the 24 car.
It certainly looks that way. I'm not sure who started everything, but it should be fun to watch over the next couple races to see what develops.
I mean, that was a very short post-race event show. But yeah, I did bump into 24, which is Jeff Gordon. Wasn't that serious, but he did get into me at the very start of the race, all things considered. So with him getting into me, that kind of triggered a lot. Again, wasn't intentionally trying to cut that corner in that area. We were just hitting cars and bouncing off. So if NASCAR wants to penalize us later, then that's fine. But I mean, hell, I won fair and square, and that's all I'm going to stick to. Man, look at this car. It's got some war wounds on it. Oh yeah, I forgot I get a check in this. Every time you win, you get a check. Actually, every time you finish, you get a check, but still. Oh, look at that car. That looks nice. All right, so we do have a few new rivals. I'm not too concerned about them. Tony Stewart, not concerned about. Rusty Wiles, not concerned about. Neither am I really concerned about Jeff Gordon or even Kevin Harvick for that matter. They're in the top of the point standings. I think Rusty actually wound up falling out the race. And we'll have to check that in a second. But they're at the top of the point standings. They have better cars and equipment than I do. Honestly, I highly doubt I'll see them again, personally, on the track. Unless they're going to lap me. Anyways, looking at the big board, as you can probably tell, is a ton of numbers. Okay, so we got our per race income, obviously. We got expectation bonuses, obviously. We got our prestige bonuses, because they all went up in prestige. And we got happiness bonuses. And of course, we got the team and driver sponsorships, because we participated in the race and got paid. Previously, we had $284,000 with our race winnings. Plus the fact that we had $7,000 in awards, which I believe is a pole award. We might have had the fastest lap of the race, and we also had rookie of the race. I could be wrong on one of those. It's probably the fastest lap. I don't think we had the fastest lap, but I do know it was rookie of the race and of course the pole award. And then of course we got the sponsor income of $344,000, which is up from the last race, again with the prestige bonuses now being factored in. We had $670,000, which means we can probably start looking at some other things that we can work on. That's coming up. First, let's check the race stats. As you guys know, I finished first, only led 2 laps after Jeff Gordon kind of moved me out the way on the first lap. Thank you, Jeff. Glad you didn't lead a lap either, but you finished 7th. Anyways, we won over Jimmie Johnson, Ryan Newman, Ricky Rudd, Kevin Harvick, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, and Ricky Craven had snuck into the top 10 as well. So that is huge on the top 10 front. A little bit further down, some notables in terms of people who we just don't outright like in all. We're looking at Steve Park finishing 17th. I still got to get paid back. I wanted to get paid back at here at the track, but I felt like if I would have caused a caution after the front half had already pitted, it would have given them that opportunity to probably come down and get 4 tires of fuel or restart ahead of everybody, which would have also probably held us up. And we probably would have had a lot more damage on that car than what we had the race going fully green, which it did. So I'm not too concerned about Steve Park's top 20 finish, but he is going to get his payback when we get ready to give him his payback. Just like we gave it to the 43 in the last video, we're going to get our next victim soon. I haven't forgotten. Okay. These guys might be like, oh, he forgot. You saw what happened with Fittipaldi, right? Everyone did. Speaking of Fittipaldi, he did finish 25th ahead of Jamie McMurray. So that's funny. Jamie McMurray, our nearest rival in the Rookie of the Year standings, has fallen a little bit further adrift. He only got 85 points while we got 180. So that is what? 95 points more than he did. Plus, of course, the gap that we had built up in the last race as well. So we're looking pretty good over Jamie Mack right now. Greg Biffle finished 28th, which is good for the Biff. Joe Nemechek finished 35th. And somehow we lost Dale Jr. and Rusty Wallace in the race on lap 8. So we actually had 2 retirements around lap 8. And this is going to change the landscape of the points. By the way, Ernie Sadler, I haven't forgotten you either. You might be running at the back of the pack, but you'll come. You gonna get some. You gonna get it. Believe that. All right, let's head back to Atlanta. Let's take a look at the point standings and see what we can actually accomplish and do. I'm happy. We won the Dodge Save Mart 350. Home sweet home. After a big win, went to California. We came, we saw, we conquered. I felt bad about the race going into it, and we wound up a lot better off than I expected. All right, now that that's been taken care of, a new points leader has emerged with Kevin Harvick over Tony Stewart. Mark Martin is still back there. Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman have closed the gap. Ricky Rudd is down to 6th. Dale Jarrett has dropped a little bit further back in 7th. Jimmy Johnson's now up to 8th. Dale Jr. with his bad finish is down to 9th. Jeff Burton is 10th. Rusty Wallace is outside the top 10 with his bad finish in 11th. That's horrible. Kurt Busch is now in 12th. Bible Labonte is in 13th. Sterling Marlin 14th, and Bill Elliott is 15th. We're now 18th, and we are now within 3 points of 2 guys, Ward Burton and Matt Kenseth. So now we got to try to get ahead of those 2 guys. So we have moved up 1 spot. I believe that was over Michael Waltrip, which did give us a little bit more of a gap over Jamie McMurray as well as over Elliott Sadler. So we are still in danger of falling into the negative 1,000 to the leaders points category, but we are also pushing a little bit further and further ahead each and every race that we do things. All right, looking over at the team management screen in regards to the sponsor news, the sponsors prestiges went up by 3 and they're now plus 70s, which is probably what triggered that prestige bonus. We've been getting bonuses or sponsors prestiges up. I just haven't seen that bonus be as big as it was. Body number 1, chassis number 1, and engine number 2's overhauls are now complete. So let's go ahead and take a look at that in the garage. We got more tire grip, a little bit more tire wear for that, and that's fine. Looking back at this, we do have chassis number 3 that is going to need some repairs and or overhaul. From a durability standpoint, I do feel like it would probably be worth us updating it for 195,000, but let's just go through the rest of the stuff first. We're still building engine number 3. Again, this is a quickly made engine in 3 races, which means it's not going to be as powerful as I would like it to be, but it is a new engine to help us with the shop so we don't have to worry about running out or having an issue where we get into another accident, blow a motor, and then have no extra engines to really run, or the engines that we do run, we are repaired very hastily just for the next week. Looking at the engines for engine number 1, it probably would be time for us to overhaul this one. 54 and 57 efficiency seem to be a little bit better. Of course, we could also overhaul engine number 2 and get it to 58, 57, but that's just a little bit down the line in terms of overhauling. As far as car bodies go, we did use body number 3 for the race, and it looks like the drafting I was a little bit off on, so we probably could have run body number 2, not like it really made any difference. all things considered. We wound up winning anyway with body number 3. So we could probably now actually throw that into the overhaul. The overhaul for that one would give us 2 more points of downforce, 2 more points of drafting, and a whopping 14 extra points of durability, which means it'll be a lot more durable, less susceptible to losing a lot of condition based on just normal wear and tear, aka just me driving. So we're gonna go ahead and overhaul this body. So body number 3 is now in the overhaul, getting updated. Engine number 1 is, more power from 54 to 57, and efficiency from 55 to 57. Definitely worth it in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and throw that into the overhaul rotation as well. So we're still gonna only have 1 engine until after Daytona, where we'll have engine number 3 at our disposal. In terms of the chassis, every other chassis is pretty much up to date except for chassis number 3, considering that's the most recent one that we've been using. The only thing that would actually change would be the durability, and I do feel like 12 points of durability improvement is worth the 195,000 price tag, because the more durable it is, again, the less condition we lose if we were to get into accidents and things like that, which, as you guys have seen, we are bound to hit things a lot. And I really had to restrain myself. So as much as I would love to have had all that extra money to buy the shock dyno or an engine dyno, engine hoist, and all this other cool stuff, unfortunately, we're down to 135,000 again. So from the highs of having money to the lows of having no money, we're back where we kind of started, back at $135,000. And yeah, I don't think we're going to make any more shop additions for a while. Very happy with my sponsors. Food City is extremely happy that we're averaging our best finishes of 25th place or better. Nikon is happy, with us qualifying 30th or better. We've actually been meeting that by a ton. Of course, NASCAR.com is probably not as happy, because every time they're on the side, we always hit the wall. Their logo gets scraped. They're not happy about that. NASCAR Thunder and Pontiac aren't very happy, because again, clean car means that they're going to be happy with the sponsors. I keep hitting things. Those sponsors get messed up. They don't really get the advertising they expect or the value. So they're not going to be as happy, but it's whatever. When you guys come back next time, after you hit that like and subscribe button, because please hit that like and subscribe button down below. It helps out a ton. Please, seriously, help me. Seriously, help it, and share this with your friends. Tell your friends to come and watch the channel and get me 10 likes. Anyways, next race is Daytona. We're returning to the location of our first ever win in our career. I can't believe it. We've got several wins in the season. We've won a lot. We've won 3 times as a rookie. We've actually got 3 wins. We are ranked 2nd overall with wins. So that is huge to me. So we got 3 wins on the career. We won at Infineon, we won at Richmond, and we of course won the Daytona 500. And if you didn't actually go, if you're joining this series that late or this late and you didn't see Daytona, you should go back and rewatch that Daytona 500. That one was huge. And that's what probably set us on this path to where we've got 3 wins already. Average start of 21.6 and an average finish of 19.1. And yeah, we're rocking that 18th place in the standings. I'll wear that with pride, but we're doing pretty well. So I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Be easy, everybody.